down on a million now. Have to go around the world, make sure now. If my head in the clouds, fall down on a million now. Have to go around, I ain't sitting down till I got it figured out. Focus on.
Well, hello, and welcome back to My Indigo Mind. This is your host, Tashana. Okay, if you are a regular, welcome back, honey. How was your week? How was your day? How is everything going so far? Okay, I hope you are in good spirits. If you are new here, welcome, and I hope you decide to stay. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and right next to that you're gonna see a bell. Go ahead and hit that as well, okay, so you know exactly when I post. Now let's get into this, okay? First and foremost, I don't normally do this, but I just felt the need, okay, because it was bothersome, and I felt like you tried my PUSSY, okay? So, let me be very clear. In my last video, I mentioned that I was educated. I said in that video that I was book educated. Now, someone felt the need to come up under my video, okay, and correct me. For someone who's educated, who talks like this, right? Okay, well, honey, what I meant by that is that I was educated by the books that they put in front of me in school, okay? The curriculum that was picked out for us, you know, the stories that they sugar-coated and made what they wanted it to be and then fed it to us, okay, damn near shoving it down our throat. So yes, I'm book educated, okay? I was educated from the books that they wanted me to be. But when I say I'm worldly, that means I know the stories behind the stories, okay? I'm well traveled, okay? I've been some places, seen some things. So just because I did not say it in a manner to which you felt comfortable, you wanted to come from my neck, all right? But I know what I meant now. Moving on. So, let's get right into it, honey. Today, we are talking Keri Hilson, this whole black king thing and feeling like you're obligated as a black woman to be with a black man. First and foremost, I want to say I am married to a black man. Because he loves me the way I need to be loved, period. He does what he needs to do as a father and a provider. So, okay, I give him props where they are due. Now, there are a lot of men not doing their jobs out here, okay? And they tend to blame everyone but themselves. The system, their baby mama, their circumstances, being black. It's like, okay, we know. I mean, because as black women, we struggle with our own things, being black, being women, okay? And being looked at as less than before someone even knows who we are. So let's be very clear that we are not going through the exact same things, but a lot of our experiences are alike. And even though we're not going through it as you're going through it, we still feel the pain from it. Understand that, okay? So the fact that these women are starting to feel like, hey, you know, they date out, they talk to other, you know, races, and they have no problem talking about preference. But the minute that a black woman goes and talks to someone outside her race, men have a conniption. However, more often than not, it's the black man bragging about the fact that he's with the non-black woman. Okay? I have yet to see with my own two eyes a woman be all extra happy just because her husband is white. Okay? Now, this is from my perception and my perception alone. I feel like men say things like, oh, you get upset about situations you created and you did this. You allowed that man to come in and get you pregnant. This may be true. However, they neglect to mention the fact that this man, who also had a part in it, slept with this woman unprotected and got her pregnant, knowing full well he did not want to be with her. If we are going to throw out things that one person is guilty of, we have to do the opposite. You cannot sit up on a platform and bash someone in the way that you bash black women as a black man and expect for black women to want to surrender to you, to want to follow your lead. Does that make sense? As the head, like you want to be treated, you must first lead by example. I am absolutely sick of the man asking for the grandma experience when he's not giving the grandpa experience. And I'm not talking about because it happened back then to marry forever but was getting cheated on, having kids outside the marriage. It's toxic, period. And if we're going to call things to the front, let's call things to the front. That's everything. Okay? So, dating outside of your race is not a slap in the face of who looks like you. Understand that, because I can still love my brother and my sister and love who I'm with. Like, does that make sense? Like, why does it have to be to putting each other against each other? Like, I don't get it. I don't get the logic. Like, if this person is happy and it's their life, let them be happy. Good God. It is not that serious. As long as they are not walking around disparaging the ones who look like them. When you have not been through their life, walked in their shoes, swam around in their heads, you have no idea. Each life, each walk of life, each person, each soul, each being goes through a different cycle. You cannot put my love or this love and that love on my... Like, it's not the same. So, we need to get to a place where we can have these healthy conversations and not be ready to, like, halfway kill each other or divert everyone's attention to childish antics, like making fun of what each other looks like rather than addressing the issue at hand. It's tragic. It's tragic. It's sad. Okay? How are we ever going to get past the ball if we don't actually sit down and have an adult conversation that actually produce solutions? There will have to be compromises made because no one's going to agree on everyone's point. That's just common freaking sense. All I'm saying is Have enough courtesy and decency to listen. Not listen to speak, which most people do. You don't listen to all sides before you make your final assumption, before you make your final thought on anything these days. They don't read all sides. They don't watch all videos. They don't look at each perspective and how that could make sense to this person. Because if you did, it would be a lot easier to understand that we are not going to always agree on everything. But because we know we're all different and at some point we're going to have to agree to disagree, that we're going to have to separately take our shit for what our shit is, fix that up emotionally, break those chains and scars and generational curses, or it's going to continue to be a perpetual, non-stop line of bullshit. Seriously. I don't know what else you want from a situation that ain't gonna get no better from you yelling across the table at each other. Why can't we have a civilized conversation? Why can't you assert your dominance in the way that I know to stop and listen, but you're not being disrespectful? Why should I have to make you feel like something you were born as? If you're a man, be the man you're going to be. That does not depend on me. How does you being a man and taking care of your responsibilities, your kids, and everything that a man is supposed to be, how in the hell am I the head of that? Like, but you say, as a woman, I'm just supposed to do the wifely thing. Do you know how that sounds to us? Like, you should know your place. I can make mistakes, okay? I can fuck up. I can do what I want to do. I can cheat. I can do what I want to do. I can go out and have my fun. And you better be there waiting on me when I get home. Don't be a thought. Don't go out. Don't sleep with nobody. You sound insane. Like, bro, what? Listen, what you're not going to do is gaslight me, okay? I know there's a lot of men who make a lot of great points, okay? I was loved by my father, who's a black man. I was around plenty black men in my life who are still great men to their children and their families. So I guess I've had a different experience as to personally right here up on me, and being friends with certain people and around certain crowds, you get to see that other side. And baby, it's terrible. Hey, I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all do it. Like, I can't deal with the dust bunnies. I don't understand. If you hate women this much, there is no reason for us to have a conversation, sir. I don't care what you think I look like. I don't care if you think I'm average. I don't care. You know why? Because I think you're average. So your opinion of me matters not, right? I don't understand why so many women run over to this man's platform for guidance for something he's not even good at. And then they say stuff like, oh, well, he's learned from everyone else's failures. I'm sure he has. Though the advice that he's giving you, he's not following. Otherwise, he would be with someone and married and making her happy. However, he is not. Okay? Period. Now, when he gets a woman of substance and class that he respects and takes care of in a way that he's supposed to as a man, then I'll listen to what he got to say. Until then, baby, you can't give me nothing. Not a thing. Not a piece of advice. I am fine. Thank you so much. Baby, do not dumb yourself down, honey, because trust and believe, a real man finds power sexy, honey. Like, why should you have to not live to your highest potential because you're afraid of making him feel small? Does that make sense? He should already feel big in his own right. That what you do should only compliment, not hinder. It makes no sense. Lord, child, I shall return. Big later for now. Bye.
Down on a million now. Have to go around the world, make